I can't deny and tell you guys that that wasn't a tough way to end the season. But hey, we got conference championships coming up next Sunday. Let's see how all these teams got there.
By Fairbairn. That's blocked. Reed got there off the edge.
Hey, yo.
43. Aaron Williams lost the football.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Saquon thing.
Just got a text that Chicago's driving the price up and Philly's out. I don't know if that's true or not.
I have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia. I'll tell you that.
What a decision this is. The game hinges on one play. Jackson flings it. Andrews can't get to it. Could not reel it in. Incomplete.
Huntley. Pass is broken up. Packers make the play defensively.
Keeping it. Jackson fake. Jackson tosses. Incomplete. The pressure was there. For these two great teams. Gonna roll, flip it. Got it. Oh, the ball was dropped. He had the 2-point conversion in his hands.
Conditions, the ball's just a little bit short. You got to catch that all day.
Chiefs trying to go for that three-peat.
Nothing's given to you. Winning is the important part.
Chiefs are never underdogs. Just know that.
We get a chance to do it 3 times in a row. How do you get excited?
And the Chiefs have the first points. Fairbairn from 30 to tie it. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Showing blitz. Got on the ball. 55-yard try, not close. Murray coming on a blitz now and wide open. It's Kelsey. Breaks the tackle, still going. Travis Kelsey. Here's Hunt, touchdown Kansas City. Good snap, good hold. And a good team play of the drive, over 10 minutes. There's a hand to Mixon, he's got a lane, and a touchdown.
To have been him going to that sidelines if something tragic had happened.
Point is no good. Mahomes steps up, throws, and he got it. Touchdown, Kelsey. Snap it. Blitz again. Stroud in trouble. Arloftus is there. Kansas City ball. Nobody back. Ariza will hit out of the back of the end zone for a safety.
Weekend this bitch not letting shit go. And I heard that she wanna show me who she.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. There we go. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the NFL Divisional Round 2025 playoff recap. Again, we had a pretty eventful weekend overall. Again, 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. First of those that, again, kicked off our divisional festivities were the Chiefs and Texans. In this game, well, it kind of went as you'd expect in terms of, again, how the Chiefs usually have won games this year. It's now the Chiefs' 16th win overall, again, if we do account, playoffs there, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it, considering how they played this year. But, like I said, kind of wanted the Chiefs game. They had a lot of stuff that went their way in terms of the refs calling penalties, specifically on some of those, Mahomes, I don't really know what to describe. Roughing the passer. But yeah, Chiefs were the 1 seed. They have now, again, Mahomes is undefeated in the division round. Again, of course, they've been to how many straight AFC championships? Now 7. So if they win, get the AFC championship next year, they'll tie Brady's insane record of 8 straight years. I still don't know how that's possible. I do not know how the Patriots get to 8 straight AFC championships. But that's beside that, the point. The Chiefs, again, they've been home. They've hosted a playoff game every single year with Mahomes. Again, Divisional round, they've done it 6 years. Again, they're again with the 1 seed again are going to be going again hosting a game at Arrowhead next Sunday. We'll get more into that again when we get to the last game of the weekend. But yep, Chiefs. I mean, they got it done. Texans are now 0-6 in the division round. They are the only team in the NFL history. No, maybe not the NFL history. Only team in the NFL. That's I guess around right now that have not been to a conference championship. Again, they're 0-6 in the divisional, and it kind of looked like that again. Overall, for the Texans, though, their season. I mean, it was kind of surprising that they actually won a playoff game again. But again, considering they hosted it. I mean, it's again somewhat more likely. But yeah, this Texans season I would say is a little bit more of a disappointment than you might have thought. But they at least had a chance to win this one. I don't think they played like an awful game overall. But again, as the Chiefs always say, after again Kyler Murray missed the extra point and they were really bad on third down in some spots, it's really hard to win games here. CJ Stroud again, we'll get more into his season overall. Again, really into his season probably. Again for their roster grades in the middle of the summer. But again, besides that, I mean CJ Stroud overall had a pretty kind of a sophomore slump overall. But in this game specifically, he was okay, I guess. In terms of the passing game, it was kind of a meh type of performance overall. They really didn't get anything explosive going, but I will say he was definitely decisive in throwing the outside of the numbers, especially against good leverage looks, which again he got a lot of in this one. Hats off the Ben Sloak on that one, but still for CJ Stroud again overall, or Bobby Sloak, there we go. CJ Stroud I think did do a job with that, but he got sacked way too much again. That could just come down to the fact that his pocket mobility and overall again his confidence was not here in this game. Running game. Joe Mixon was really good, I'll say that. I mean, he broke some tackles, getting that nice play. It was a 14, 15-yard touchdown run. But I will say the O-line didn't really create much room for him. I think he might have had, like, half a yard before contact, which is just not very good. C.J. Stroud had, again, that one explosive run-ish, I guess. Nico Collins did get open pretty consistently. I mean, that's why he's here. But still, I think they definitely limited his downfield play. Again, I wouldn't say dynamic. Dynamic ability would probably be the best way to put it, again, that being for the Chiefs secondary. Don't Schultz made a couple big plays. Xavier Hutchinson was out there. But again, the fact they don't have Stephon Diggs or Tank Dell, hats off to the Chiefs back in Week 16 for that. I think it definitely limited them overall. And again, we know this team was probably the worst going into this round anyway, so if they were going to pull off an upset like that, which no team has ever done against Mahomes and the Chiefs, they would have had to play a lot better than they did, especially in terms of the situations they got into, which again were some actually very good ones. They just didn't capitalize on them, again, especially with this Chiefs team that gives you a lot of those. I mean, no teams out capitalized on them, so I can't really blame them too much for that, but at the same time, again, in a game like this where you're not really supposed to win it, and even then, they're sure to still give you opportunities. You got to take advantage of those, and they just straight up didn't. There's a lot of things schematically that went into that, but overall, it was really just came down. They just didn't get those picked up. Defensively, Will Anderson, I think, really was the only guy on this defense that I could consistently say was playing hard. I'm not like trying to like roast any of these other guys, but it just didn't really feel like this defense was like completely like. In terms of the intensity, just was, I wouldn't say night and day with last week, but it was definitely different. Will Anderson, though, did have 2 sacks. He got like 8 pressures. It was ridiculous. Eric Murray, I will say, might actually have a shot at starting next year because of how good he's been for this team. Jalen Petrie, obviously, again, is better than him, but you get the point. Derek Stingley, I didn't really think played his best game. Tommy Tagia had a nice sack, again, off the result of Will Anderson. But overall, this defense, I don't think, again, I will say their DC did definitely a good job putting them against some good spots, but D'Amico Ryans, I think, definitely would have liked a little bit better effort out of him overall. Cameron Farrell missed an extra point, 2 missed field goals. Again, one of them got blocked, but yeah, probably one of the worst games we've seen out of him all year. Not great. Again, he'd break that long field goal, too. That was just ugly to watch. For the Chiefs, Mahomes really didn't do anything special. Again, he had that crazy touchdown, I get that, but like outside of that, again, passing downfield really wasn't there at all. I will say, though, he didn't get, like, sacked too much and, like, took care of the football, so, I mean, that's good. Kareem Hunt, he broke some tackles. He got going late, but, I mean, only getting 8 carries. Didn't really try to run the ball much. They're definitely going to do that a lot more next week. But Kareem Hunt had the touchdown there. Travis Kelce, 7 catches, 117 yards and a touchdown. He had a 49-yard play and a touchdown again. Travis Kelce, let's be honest, the past few years is not even close to the same player in terms of breaking tackles, but his yards, yards per broken tackle in the playoffs just goes up an insane number, or catches per break tackle, something like that. You get the point. Travis Kelce is a different guy in the playoffs. Xavier Worthy was okay. I will say I definitely think he got open a lot better than we've seen lately. He definitely got the targets as well, but he's still very developing for sure. Hollywood Brown was a no-show in this one. G-Hop, I don't even know if he averaged. He might have averaged negative separation, which I don't even know if it's possible, but it looked like it. And for this defense, typical game by them, I guess. Yeah, George Karlaftis had the game of his life, and I really don't think he'll ever top this. Like, on film, it was crazy. But, again, it's definitely not going to get talked about enough there. Charles Menahue, again, is a very talented player. FAU, the second-year guy that still hasn't really panned out yet, he had a sack. And overall, this D-line kind of just straight up dominated, let's be honest there. Second year also was prepared very well for this game. Not that can take away from, any of the individual play, especially a guy like Trent McDuffie, who I don't don't even think really played that well. Just again, schematically was put in a really good spot. But you get the point. I don't want to take anything away from these guys. They played a great game defensively, but. Yeah, there were some things in the secondary I think definitely they were definitely put in the right spot because there were some really bad, I wouldn't say like reads by these guys, but it's really just the natural reactions I've seen that just weren't very good. But considering, again, Steve Signal had him in the right spot, it really didn't matter. Yeah, the Texans did control the clock. I think that was one good thing. They were actually 10 of 17 on third down, but the third downs they missed were pretty crucial. But I'm not going to really try to take anything away from them there. Had 150 rushing yards. It's one of the ways you guys can beat the Chiefs. Also, every team, again, in terms of the yards, don't really look at it too much considering, again, all the teams that, had the most yards this weekend, more yardage in the game, actually lost it, so I want to put that out there. Outside of that, though, really not going to talk about you guys too much more with this one, because, I mean, it kind of went the way you'd expect, but, of course, Chiefs are hosting, the Bills next week in Arrowhead, but without that said, let's go to the other number one seed, of course, in the NFC, and let's see how their game went.
In downtown Detroit, where this place is already rocking, we get set for the divisional playoffs, the NFL on Fox. The number one seed Lions taking on the surprising Commanders.
Quarterback, that's him in motion, number 18. He's going to take the snap. Now he's in trouble and he's dropped. He was trying to flip it, but he got to Gibbs. They will. Left side. Gibbs! Touchdown, Detroit. Trying to get Washington on the board. 47 yards out. He had a game winner last week against Tampa from 37. This one is up, and it is only been the OG at that of course, started that here. Here's Goff in trouble. Ball is out. It's recovered by the Commanders. 2nd and 5. And here's Daniels back to throw. A lot of time. Going deep. Has a man. It is caught. De'Ami Brown. Daniels throws over the middle. Caught. Ertz first to go. Come back and the Lions make a run to the Super Bowl. But we'll see. 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. Touchdown. Washington. 3rd and 3. Goff looking. Going deep again. Trying to around. Fake. Goff. Pressure. In trouble. Throw. He caught it. Touchdown. Laporte. Far side. Get it out there to McLaurin. Break through. Terry McLaurin. Foot race. McLaurin. Win. Touchdown. Washington. Goff. Some pressure again. Lets it fly high. It's intercepted. Jameson Williams. Williams. Has some time, lets it rip, floating it deep down the field, going for Brown. He's got it, a perfect throw to De'Ami Daniels. 4-man rush this time, zips it in, caught by your guy, Zach Ertz. Here's Goff, pressure, steps away beautifully, firing for the end zone. Oh, it's intercepted in the end zone, picked off by Sabres. Pitch to Montgomery, oh now pitch to St. Brown, move up the middle, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Gibbs, up the middle, Gibbs, shoulder down, touchdown, Detroit. Daniels going to keep it. Can he get there? He's going to get there for the first down. 2nd and goal, Robinson in, touchdown, Washington. Look at this trickery, Jameson Williams has it. Look at the throw, going to throw it downfield, intercepted! Mikey Sabres. Sprinting through. Eckler, room to roll. Down to the 30. 4-man rush. Throw across. Got it. McLaurin. Banged around and inside the 5. And another 4th down conversion. Daniels. Nickel. Still fighting. Reaching is he in. He is. Bates has it up and true. 44 yards. Gonzalez is up and it is no good. 3rd and 10. 4-man rush. It's Goff throwing over the middle, and it's picked off. Jeremy Chin.
It look like your nigga want smoke, but we gon' do this shit regardless. And I started from the bottom just like you, but.
And the Commanders pull off the biggest upset of the weekend, if not of the year, as they're able to again. Yeah, there we go. Stun the Lions 45-31. I think that was the headline, something like that. Anyway, though. Commanders with Jane Daniels become, he's the first quarterback ever to, I think, win 14 games combined in the regular season and postseason. I don't know, but they're heading to Philly next week, and I'm not happy about that. It's tough. But, guys, I'm just going to go right to a big picture here. I refuse to believe Jane Daniels is going to be in the Super Bowl. You'll see my actual, opinion on him and how good he is. Again, in the quarterback rankings by the time of probably starting next year. But again, how good he actually is, that's going to be reflected in that. Don't worry about that. But actually, this team's future in the playoffs, I really don't see how they get past the Eagles next week. I'm just completely honest, guys. But again, I'll talk about it more for the conference championship preview, which will be probably coming out next Sunday morning if I had to guess. Also, probably 2 5 videos. It's going to be a very light week with that. Maybe I'll add something like, I don't know, special video. But back on track here for the Commanders. Offensively, they did whatever the hell they wanted. Simple as that. I mean, you guys saw it throughout the game. I mean, yeah, there was a lull there in the third quarter and most of the and a good amount of the fourth quarter there where they didn't actually score any points, but they moved the ball up and down the field like it was going out of style. It was that easy for them. I mean, the Lions defense, we'll get to in a minute why they were that bad, but yeah, that was really bad. But yeah, Commanders back-to-back road wins against NFC division champions, I guess you'd call them. But yeah, Commanders. What was this? Like, actually. But Jane Daniels, 350 total yards. He might have had one bad pass in this one, to be honest with you guys there. He dropped every ball in the bucket. Cliff Kingsbury, again, I think this game single-handedly gives him a shot at getting a new job. I get Cliff Kingsbury was really just not a good coach at all with the Cardinals. But, again, the fact he's been able to do this with Jane Daniels and the fact this offense really, I wouldn't say it's a bad weapon group because that's just not true. They have Terry McLaurin. But the fact these weapons aren't, again, the O-line's been fantastic this year overall, too. I get that. But the idea that this philosophy Cliff Kingsbury's been able to develop with Jane Daniels, again, it's Jane Daniels. He's, again, a big part of it, too. But the fact he's been able to do it with the supporting cast that just really isn't that great is just something I don't think really many other guys can do. But yeah, Jane Daniels, again, fantastic, 350 yards, 2 touchdowns. Neither of those touchdowns were really that crazy, though. But again, doesn't matter because everything else was great. Brian Robinson Jr. was very efficient at 2 touchdowns. Jane Daniels, not very efficient on the ground, but he picked up some good yards there. Austin Ekeler had 1 big carry. I think him single-handedly probably keeps him in the league for a couple more years with how he's played this season in terms of the efficiency. Jeremy Nichols also had a touchdown. Diami Brown has come out of nowhere, guys. He was with Sam Howell. Again, in North Carolina for a couple of years. He had again, he was really good in 2020, but 2019 was also ridiculous. But the biggest thing I think with Diami Brown is he should get a chance getting paid this offseason. He is a free agent, if you didn't know, considering he's been on this team since 2021. He had like a 48-yard catch against the Cowboys in some blowout game. That's the first time I ever saw him, like outside of, again, draft week. I kind of just completely forgot about it then. Kind of just telling you guys the story about Diami Brown. And then in 2022, he popped off with a 21-yard and a 75-yard 2 touchdowns and loss to the Commanders or something like that. I think I can show you guys. Not the Commanders, the Titans. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this game. He popped off. Like, look at this. 2 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, what the heck happened there? But, he kind of just got in a logjam there. Last year, he had, I think, 1 or 2 catches, but he did absolutely nothing last year. Like, let me put it like that. This year, though, again, in the playoffs, he's just completely come out of nowhere. Kind of like, I don't even know, like a 3rd, 4th, 5th receiver, again, most of this year. But the way he's playing these 2 playoff games, guys, the Commanders have to consider giving him a decent contract. Because, I mean, he's been this good. And if not that, maybe they even trade him. I don't know. But Diami Brown, he just seems like a guy to me, like kind of like Gabe Davis in that way, that he's a big play receiver. I just like him a lot more than Gabe Davis, because I've never really liked Gabe Davis. Just the way he runs his routes. Diami Brown is very similar in the play style though. Like that's just like he screams Gabe Davis in that way to me. More just like a better Gabe Davis, a younger Gabe Davis. So I'm ranting about Diami Brown, but he has been just it's stunning to see a guy like this just blow up in the, like nonetheless in the playoffs too. So very interesting offseason thing there. Terry McLaurin up 4 for 87. He had the touchdown in the long catch and run. He's an elite receiver. I think I can pretty much say that now. Again, he actually is a quarterback now too. Kind of tells you guys his ability. Austin Ekeler made a couple plays, again, as he should out of the backfield. That's his main thing there. Zach Ertz has had a kind of a career renaissance here with a touchdown as well in this one. Again, big 4th down catch there as well. Defensively, though, Jeremy Chin was very active. 12 tackles and an interception. Again, the 2 picks from Mike Sanders still. He was really freaking good. I mean, there's no way around that. He's had a very up-and-down rookie season, as most do, but, like, especially for him. The fact that, again, here in the playoffs, he's been so much better, or just more consistent and dominant is really good to see. Marshawn Lattimore, there's a reason they traded for him. Pick from Quan Mauer, again, that was a really funny play there in the pick 6. Outside of that, though, this defense really didn't play that well, let's be honest. They gave up some big plays. They got gashed, too. But they make big plays, and that I will say Dan Quinn, he's gotten the most out of this team in terms of, again, being aggressive. And that's, honestly, guys, when you have a defense that just really isn't that talented overall, but they have guys that are explosive enough to, make plays, again, even if your defense is inconsistent when it comes down to it, you will be a plus overall. And I think that's what this defense has been most of this year. 2 sacks and Dorrance Armstrong is really the only guy who can win one-on-one in this D-line right now. Bobby, outside of the interior guys, they're different. But Bobby Wagner had 8 tackles. He was very good overall. Not even coverage. He's old. Like, what do you expect? But overall for this defense, they're going to get their butts kicked next week. But, yeah. And, yeah, Zane Gonzalez, he had his one field goal. I mean, the other one, I mean, tough, whatever. Lions, Jared Goff, there's a reason the Rams traded him. Yeah, that's how I'll put it. 2 of the interceptions were inexcusable. The other one, I don't know, that was a tough play with Jameson Williams. I don't think either of them were on the same page. But yeah, Jared Goff was not good in this one really at all. Ben Johnson, oh yeah, also he left for Chicago. I probably forgot to mention that. But yeah, Ben Johnson's now the head coach for the Bears, which I really do like. And also changes the complete outlook I have for Caleb Williams. But that's besides the point. Jared Goff in this Lions team, he just wasn't very good. He was throwing the ball downfield a lot, which is not a good thing for him specifically. But yeah, this offense definitely got completely out of rhythm. Jameer getting 14 carries, David Montgomery only getting 7. I will say David Montgomery did not look good at all in this one. That's just my I won't say analysis of him, but he didn't look good. Jameer Gibbs again, he is freaking crazy good. You'll see more on that again with the not the power rankings, the running back rankings come next season. James Williams had a 61-yard crazy touchdown. You of course saw the celebration in the intro. That was something. I'm gonna ride got open a lot, but like I don't know. It was a weird game for this offense. Sam Florida had a touchdown, but like they turned over like what was it, 4 or 5 times. You're not gonna win many games doing that. O-line also was very, very good though. I gotta give them their props there. But yeah, Jared Goff, you can't turn the football the way you did in this one. Expect to win the game. Defensively, again, they were paper mache. I mean, there's no way around it. Alex Anzalone was horrible. I mean, horrid in coverage, but made a lot of open field tackles. Jack Campbell looked like a rookie. I think he's a second-year guy, though, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, both were atrocious in coverage. This defense was god-awful, and it was really just because their best guys, like you talk about these two right here, played awful. If Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch just played somewhat decent in this one and didn't look like way out of place, they might have had a better shot, at least defensively. But you looked at it overall, big play, big play. There was nothing that I think, even for Aaron Glenn, that was really an adjustment that I don't really got to be happy about at all. Again, I guess this defense was super gashed with injuries, but they were awful. Also, the team stats, again, the yardage, and the Lions had 521 yards of offense, 300 and 200. That usually signals a blowout, but I guess not in this case. 5 turnovers, though, is obviously the reason they lost this one. And yeah, Ben Johnson's gone, so figure something out, Lions offense and your defense. I mean, you guys were injured anyway, so it doesn't matter. But definitely an extremely disappointing end of the season for the Lions. Commanders, pray to you for you guys next week. You will be featured in a night video though, so I mean, I guess that's good. Anyway though, let's get to my Rams game.
But only one gets to keep on playing.
And they'll decide which one on an overcast Sunday in South Philadelphia.
And the Eagles will be moving to their second NFC Championship in the last 3 years, again, considering they haven't been to the Super Bowl, or won the Super Bowl since 52. I mean, so long ago, guys. But yeah, for the Eagles, they have a very good shot at going to the Super Bowl. As, again, they were able to survive against the Rams 2022. And I'll tell you guys, they are freaking lucky, because this was a tough one. There's no round for the Rams. This is definitely a really tough game. But for the Eagles, yeah, they ran the ball well. But that's probably about it. Defensively, I gotta give them props. There's a reason they're the best in football overall statistically. Definitely have the talent for sure. But big fan, I think they did a lot of stuff to frustrate this Rams offense. But yep, the Eagles. Again, unless something changes next week, finished somewhat most of the season. Again, they haven't lost a home game in a while. They've only lost one game since, well, at least. Well, that's besides the point. The Eagles are really good, and again, they took care of business here. Again, you guys saw the snow. That was wild. But yeah, for the Rams, I think there's just a lot of missed opportunities. I'm gonna scream at Kyron Williams a little bit, but yeah, this game was tough. The weather definitely played a big factor into it, but I mean that was for both teams, so I can't really make an excuse on that, especially with again the opportunities the Rams did have. But for the Rams overall outlook, unless Matt Stafford retires, again I have some other things to talk about in terms of the offseason. Again, there'll be a lot more of that coming. But for the Rams, their future is honestly as high as the sky, again, if Matt Stafford wants to stick around. Because, I mean, like, they've got some really, really good players. Again, in or young. I mean, Byron Young and Kobe Turner are like funeral home guys in terms of rookie ages when they're coming into the league, but they're fine for the next couple years. Either way, though, Matt Stafford. Yes, the last few drives kind of inflated his numbers overall, but I think there was something there in terms of, again, them running hurry up, because that Eagles defense did not look anything close to what they looked like when the Rams were just, lining up normally. So that was really the biggest thing I observed from Matt Stafford. But, I mean, he's a baller. You saw it. In that weather, again, the fumble was bad. I get that. But, like, it's slippery, which, again, I'm kind of like, it's going to be a little bit of an irony when I get to Kyron Williams. But that's besides the point there. The insane throw to Puka Nacua, that was amazing. He really didn't, again, outside of that fumble, which honestly I'm not really going to give him too much flack for considering what he was able to do in this one. Honestly, guys, in that weather, I don't even think, maybe outside like Josh Allen, I really don't see another quarterback doing what he was able to in this one. Yeah, Matt Stafford kept us in this game for part of it. Again, I get a lot of that middle of the game was rough, but Matt Stafford played really well overall. Kyron, that fumble, it just can't happen. I get people are going to be like, oh, the weather, it was slippery. Kyron Williams has a fumbling problem. You can't tell me otherwise, because at that point in the game, did you see the Eagles fumbling the ball? I mean, well, Jalen almost did, but that's the point. With this weather, it just can't happen. I'm sorry. It literally can't. Honestly, if you took a 6-yard loss in that play instead of that fumble happening, good. And the return didn't help. But you get the point. Kyron just can't fumble there. And unless these fumbles just completely stop and he doesn't, this problem just goes away, Kyron is just, it's inexcusable. It can't happen. Again, the Rams have to look for another running back. Also, another point here. Kyron Williams is one of the most consistent and reliable backs in the league outside of, obviously, the fumbles. There's a huge difference there. And again, when you want yards, he's going to get you it. Also breaks a lot of tackles. There's a lot of good things about Kyron Williams. But Kyron Williams will never break or big run. He just can't. He's not explosive, which kind of pisses me off because the Rams do need a running back that is like that. Everyone's like, oh, Blake Corum, yeah, he's not the guy. No, he didn't do anything this year. The Rams, in my opinion, do need to go out this offseason. They have 3 big needs, which we'll get to in a little bit. One of them is getting a running back. If Kyron's the number 1 guy and gets 20 carries a game, fine. He's the freaking offense. I get it. He's literally the Rams' offense. He's like their identity. But they need to get a running back that can break big runs because they just don't have that here with Kyron, and it really limits their offense in a lot of ways. Because there's drives where I'm like, yeah, we need something to happen here. And Kyron, he's going to get his yards, I get that. But at some point, you need a guy who's just going to blow one up. The Rams really need it. If they have, honestly, Blake Corum, Kyron, and this other guy, again, if Blake Corum and whatever guy are splitting carries as the backup running back, and that other guy can break big runs, we need that so badly. Puka, PFF's top-ranked receiver. I get PFF is not the greatest rating system, but there's a reason for that. Demarcus Robinson, big play. I get that. Probably won't be back if I had to guess. Cooper Kupp, this is tough. Cooper Kupp, good game, I guess, to end the season here, but from week 14, I get a decent game in that one. I get that, but since week 14, Cooper Kupp has been bad. Simple as that. There's no way around it. I think the Rams should move on for Cooper Kupp, whatever that entails. Honestly, again, he's my favorite Ram. I get that, but it's better for the team. They can somehow entertain, again, a trade like getting a guy like Garrett Wilson. I think that would do wonders for this Rams offense. I love Cooper Kupp. 2021 season, I still think is by far the best. I won't say by far, but definitely the best receiving season for a player all time. undisputed there, but he's just not the same player, which obviously he isn't, but really isn't right now, guys. And, yeah, I think, again, getting out of Garrett Wilson in here, again, with Puka, this offense is going to be really good. And, again, keep a guy like Jordan Whittington, obviously. I don't think Tutu Atwell is going to be back either. Tyler Higbee, touchdown. He's aging, but he's, honestly, again, it's probably the recency bias and the fact we haven't seen him at all this year, but he looks better than he has in a while, like, in terms of his actual play, which I think is just crazy, but, hey, that's how it's gone. But, yeah, the Rams definitely need a guy who can, like, a younger tight end that can, like, you know, be a change of pace in a way, too. Similar to Kyron, except, like, you know, it's just because Tyler Higbee isn't, like, his play in the field this year has been fantastic, but he hasn't really been out there that much. Colby Parkinson at the other touchdown. But yeah, again, offensive line for the Rams is the worst they played since arguably, I don't even know when. They were really bad in this one in a lot of ways. Partly because, you know, they're going against the Eagles. That isn't good either. But I think a lot of, like, in terms of the one-on-one play, that was very, very spotty. And Matt Stafford had to get the ball out of the very, very quickly. And I think it'll be better next year for sure, but yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. For this Rams defense, though, it's very, very bright. Kobe Turner, Jared Verse, Byron Young, and where is he? Brayton Fisk, who also got injured in this game. Those 4 guys are going to be doing a lot for the next couple years. Rams had 16 sacks in 2 playoff games. That's the most first team I think ever to have recorded 7 or more sacks in 2 playoff games, which is just ridiculous. I mean, they're that good. Jared Verse, he is legit. You saw him in the crowd. He backed it up big time. Christian Roseboom, athletic linebacker. I'd like to see him around next year. Cam Kitchens is going to continue to grow. Omar Speights showed us he's very capable there. After that, though, I really like this Rams secondary in a lot of ways. Again, Kobe Durant, he's my guy there. I'm going to stand by him all the time. Kello, keep him around. He is legit. Darius Williams, he's old. Like, you got benched for Kobe Durant at one point, too. But, yeah, this Rams defense, I really have no complaints for how they played. Yeah, I get the Saquon runs, but the Rams were able to overcome that, and they almost won this game. What else do you want me to tell you? Like, even though Saquon had those 2 big runs, and we'll get to Jalen Hurts in a little bit, too. The Rams were able to stay in this game and, you know, almost win it. They had a very good shot at winning that game at that point. And I think just that and the improvement I saw out of this defense since that Week 12 game, I think was just huge. Yes, I get those Saquon runs were awful, but at some point you just got to live with it and say, we've got to win with that. It's okay. Like, I think that's how the Rams defense was playing with it. They're like, yeah, we're going to give those up once in a while, but did the Eagles offense do anything outside of that? I mean, outside of, again, the Jalen Hurts touchdown? No! So, again, I get that's really bad, but I could live with that, honestly. Again, going into the game, I could say, yeah, if Saquon breaks that 2 really freaking long touchdown runs again, it's going to suck. Yeah, but I can live with it, because I expect this Rams defense going into this one and this team in general to be able to handle those type of plays and, you know, stay in the game, which is what they were able to do. Yes, Jalen injuring his knee or something like that really helped them, but Jalen was awful before that too. He could not throw the football for his life in this one. I hope he's able to do next week, but yeah, Jalen Hurts did not look good at all in this one. I will say he didn't turn over the football, though, so at least that's something. Saquon, yes, he's the best running back in football. 2 long freaking touchdown runs. Whoop-de-doo. But outside of that, again, he had one 3rd and 20 play. He did absolutely nothing outside of that. Again, those 2 plays were huge, but you can't tell me that, again, the Rams defense didn't show up in this one. Yes, again, those 2 touchdowns runs were bad, but that is literally all the Eagles offense did. Again, Jalen Hurts also broke his, set a career high for longest rushing touchdown at 44 yards. Good for him on that first play, but, like, again, didn't do anything outside of that. So, yes, the Rams' run defense and those big play run defense was god-awful. I get that, but I could live with it. Like, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm concerned about that, but you get the point. I can live with it. Receiving-wise, no one got open. The Rams secondary freaking dominated this game in a lot of ways. But this defense, I mean, guys, they look like the best defense in football for a lot of this game. Yes, the weather had a big part in it, but they made a lot of good plays. Jordan Davis really, I don't think, was really that effective. Jalen Carter obviously was. He's arguably the best interior defensive lineman in football. 5 tackles, 2 sacks, really ended the game there for the Rams. Zach Bond, yeah, he might be getting consideration for the best player this year. He has been unreal. But will he win it? Well, I'll take it for the NFL Honors predictions. That's probably coming like in a couple weeks. Anyway, though, back to the point here. Jake Elliott, I mean, he was going to field goals, but he missed 2 break 2 extra points, which probably cost him this team the game. For the team stats, the Rams had more yardage. I don't know how they did, but they did. Again, Eagles had 200. Again, the Eagles had freaking 65 passing yards. There's no reason. Again, the Rams had 7 sacks. There is no reason the Rams shouldn't have won this game. Yes, I get the 2 wrong rushing touchdowns. Again, like I said, I can live with it. 2 turnovers, again, were definitely a big call here. But, yeah, Rams defense kept him in this game for a lot of it, and yeah, the Eagles, congrats on your 2 long touchdown runs. Please have something like that next week. I hope you guys kill the Commanders. I just can't see Jane Daniels in there. Anyway, though, Rams get eliminated, and yeah, that's about it there. Anyway, though, let's get to the last game, which, again, I guess is kind of sad for you Ravens. But, oh, no, Lamar can't win. Yeah, here's the highlight.
Their single-name icon quarterbacks. Lamar, just revolutionary at his position. And Josh, about to go onto this field where his Bills haven't lost all season long. It's Baltimore and Buffalo coming up on CBS. Tight ends at the same time. Ball 3rd and 3 from the gun. Lamar, first option closed down. Now he goes to the end zone, wide open, and a Ravens touchdown right up. 2nd and goal. Gonna hand it off. Hand it off, and walking in for the touchdown is Ray Davis. 11. Looking to pass all the way, and down the field he goes, and it's intercepted right into the hands of Taylor Rapp. 2nd and 10. Awkwardness as Jackson wrapped up, the ball's out. Scooped up, Von Miller from behind him. Here it is, Allen. He just steamrolls across for the Buffalo touchdown. Cole Bishop, number 24. Here's a first down throw down the field and open down to the 1-yard line. This season from inside 40, but it was a big struggle beyond that. Kick from 26 is here. You're not going to stay there, are you? It's Allen. Allen straight ahead. Bulldozes in for the touchdown. 7. That's a beautiful kick. Stay with him. Henry. Yeah. He's in for the touchdown. As he looks for the tie. Flicks it. It got tipped. Incomplete, and the Bills get up the right hash. With Martin on the hold. Here's the Bass kick. And that's a beauty of his own. And it's to Henry. Jackson throws, got a man wide open. It's Andrews. They dropped the ball, and it's recovered by Bernard. And that kick is good. Again, he's getting all kinds of protection all day. Slides over to buy time, brings it down the field. It's caught for the touchdown. I say likely.
And the Bills get their second AFC Championship since, the 4 Super Bowl run, lost all of them back in 1994. Again, in this one, the Bills, again, they kind of got saved in a lot of ways. But, hey, they didn't turn over the football. The Ravens did. Probably the difference in this one. As, again, the Bills, beat the Ravens for the second time in the last couple playoff meetings they've had. I think very similar to that game that back in 2020 was the fact this Ravens offense really didn't look too consistent at all. But it didn't really matter for the Bills in this one because, I mean, they at least, they did something. But, the Bills will be heading to Arrowhead to see if, the 4th time is finally, they can actually get it done. But for the Ravens, Lamar has never won back-to-back playoff games, which is concerning. But you can't tell me this game was his fault. Yes, the turnovers were pretty brutal overall, but you saw that one where he got tipped in, the bad snap. And speaking of that, the Ravens have really never, again, I love Tyler Linderbaum. He's a great center and all, but they've never had consistent snappers. I don't know what it is. They had Matt Skura back in 2020. He got benched. Then he went to the Giants, if I'm not mistaken. Then he went to the Rams when they sucked in 2022. Kind of just was an epitome of how bad they were. But yeah, they had Matt Skura that 2020 season. Then he got cut. Then again, Tyler Linderbaum comes around. You saw the thing against the Bengals. He did it twice. And then in this game, but Lamar tried to, recover and it just didn't work out. Like it did in that bit, again, at least it worked in the Bengals game the first time. But yeah, for the Ravens, that was bad turnover for Lamar, but I guess we'll go to him here. But yeah, bad turnover from Lamar there, but again, on that last drive, 88 yards, put up or shut up. Lamar, are you legit? He was legit on that drive. He literally, brought him back from the dead. And, Mark Andrews just, sold again, which is bad. But, yes, Lamar, he proved himself. That's what I got to say. Yes, is he going to probably continue to get the narrative that, we can't win in the playoffs? I guess, but at the end of that game, guys, he delivered. You can't tell me anything more. But yeah, 2 touchdowns, again, the one early, again, the one late. But yeah, the interception was also, I don't think it was the greatest play in the world. But I'm not going to get harp on that too much. I like the way they ran with Derrick Henry at a couple of drives, but I definitely think they could have gotten more. Justin Hill, I think got more carries in this game than he got in the entire AFC playoff game, championship game, when he was literally their only running back. So not good there. Lamar, he had a couple first downs there early in terms of running the game. Isaiah Likely, again, probably showing this one that he's better than Mark Andrews. I don't know, though. 473 getting the game-tying touchdown in a way. Rashad Bateman, I think, proved a lot in this game. He was going up against Christian Bedford or Rasul Douglas a lot in man-on-man. He definitely proved a lot in that one. Again, we'll get to the Bills in a second, too. But for Mark Andrews, he has consistently shown he is not a reliable target to go through on, clutch time plays. So for that reason, why the hell is he the target there? I'm just going to be completely honest. John Harbaugh, did you see him in that game in 2021? Did you see him in that game in 2021 as well? He did it twice, again, as you guys saw in the intro. You can't tell me that Mark Andrews should have gotten the ball there. He dropped it, obviously, lost them the game, but don't do Isaiah Likely or somebody, because you saw it multiple times. He has not been the guy there. Mark Andrews, arguably, again, at his peak, he's been one of the best tight ends, honestly, even ever. So, I get that, but that play, as well as that fumble, he sold the game. There's no way around it. Tylan Wallace also had a 27-yard catch, which I don't really remember, but I guess he did. Oh, no, that was on the game-winning drive. Also, the O-line kind of just didn't block, which was kind of weird, but I will say they definitely were good downhill against that Bills, run fits there. Kyle Hamilton was good. This Bill, you can't really complain at all from this Ravens defense. They may have had one drive, but I don't think they weren't effective. But outside of that, they were kind of playing conservative, but it worked out fine. So there's really nothing bad to talk about with this defense. A lot of consistency would be nice next year, though. For the Bills, Josh Allen did absolutely nothing throwing the football. I mean, he didn't throw the football, which was one thing, but you saw it. James Cook, I don't even think blew one run up over 6 yards. But Ray Davis had a touchdown. Josh Allen was, again, getting those red zone numbers there. But overall, this Bills offense did, really nothing. I mean, I don't know how Khalil Shakir caught 6 passes, but again, I guess it was one of those things. But this Bills offense, as you saw, again, outside of a pretty nice second quarter overall, they did absolutely nothing to really, be better. So next week, going to Arrowhead, play a lot better, I guess. But they didn't lose the game. Defensively, again, they were very reactive in my opinion, but I guess it worked out. Also, DeMar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp, I love you guys. Again, you guys in different ways are dear to my heart, but you guys just aren't very good. The Bills, Buffalo safety group just really isn't that great, and I think that is something that Mahomes will be targeting next week. But DeMar Hamlin, I think played well overall. Rasul Douglas and Christian Benford had their ups and downs, but I mean they got bailed out there too. So I would like to see Greg Russo is really the only guy in this D-line right now really doing much of anything, and I think that will hurt them next week as well. Pretty simple. As Bills defense overall or collectively could definitely take a step up there, but outside of that, nothing really much to talk about this Bills defense. Again, probably the shortest of these analysis, but again, it's kind of dry now when you think about it. But the Ravens did have over 400 yards of offense, which was good to see. Again, still lost the game like everyone else. But again, 3 total turnovers, 0 for the Bills. Again, kind of lost you guys the game there. But Ravens fans, at least Lamar wasn't. You can't really blame Lamar for this one. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a longer offseason for you guys. But for the Bills, I really hope you guys freaking win the Super Bowl. I'm just telling you guys that right now. Anyway, though, that's all I got for you guys here in the 2025 NFL divisional round weekend recap. In terms of this week, you'll be seeing 2 hype videos for the 2 championship games. I don't know when they'll be out. They'll be out at some point. I think the NFC one will probably be out first. After that, though, a preview's coming out Sunday for the conference championship, the 2 games there, so it'll be a little bit shorter. Next week, I got some really fun videos planned as well. But outside of that, kind of another one of those lighter weeks, considering, again, it's the playoffs. But outside of that, hope you guys enjoyed your division round games. And here's my apology to Kyron Williams.
Back. Here's the give. Kyron Williams left side into the secondary. Williams down the sideline. Kyron Williams might go. Notre Dame.